Hey guys, Shane here. Wanted to go over a subject today that I really enjoy talking about. It's kind of what got me into knives, and that is the your bug out slash get home slash shit hit the fan bag, whatever you want to call it. Some people think it's silly. Whatever. I don't think there's anything silly about being prepared. Is it silly to plan your life on waiting on the zombie apocalypse? Probably. That's not what this is for. This is for any type of emergency situation. And when you're getting into something like that, guys, it's really important that you keep your actual your abilities in mind. I've been honest with myself. I'm not going to put a 40-pound pack on and take off walking 15 miles into the woods and try to live off the land forever. It's not going to happen. In case of an emergency, the first thing I'm going to do is use my prepared items within my home. There's nowhere in the woods that's better to survive than in your home. That's just the truth. My second option when I do, if for some reason I had to leave my home, is going to be my vehicle. So therefore, most of my survival slash prepping items are related to my vehicle. I'm just really honest with myself, guys. If I have to walk off miles away from my vehicle and try to survive, I'm probably not going to make it very long. Just due to some of my medical stuff. I try to educate myself on how to do that as long and well as I can, but I'm also honest with myself, so I am kind of tied to my truck. So anyway, I keep this bag in my truck. This video is not about my bag though. That's going to be video number 2. I wanted to talk about something before I talked about my bag. Like I said, this thing weighs about 40 pounds because I have a lot of items in here that some of you may not have, that are there just to make my life a little more comfortable and to fit my needs, because my needs are going to be different than yours, because my capabilities are going to be different than yours. What this video is about is my scout belt. The reason I call this my scout belt is because if and when I get to a location, worst case scenario, I do have this on my back, I'm no longer with my vehicle, I don't want to carry this any longer than I have to. I'm going to carry this to the first good location I can find that I can get resources to survive as long as I possibly can. I'm going to hang this up. I'm not going to walk around with this on my back all the time. I'm not going to dig to the bottom of this to find a tool that I'm going to need all the time or while I'm walking. So that's what this scout bag is for. So let's break into this. By the way, guys, I am going to replace this. This thing is butt ugly. I plan to get me a good duty belt and just mount these pouches on it and see how that works. Probably about 4 to 5 of these pouches. Each pouch is going to contain tools and resources for different needs. However, there are a couple of items that I keep in every single bag I've got, because I feel like they're relative to any situation. That would be a lighter and a light source and a cutting tool. I'm going to have that in almost everything. So anyway, this is what I have for now until I get it upgraded. I've got some pouches on the way. I want to show you what I keep in here. This is going to be mounted right up front, like a so I can access it easily. And what I have in here is my cold steel click and cut. I don't know if you know about the cold steel click and cut. There's a lot of controversy over it. Some people hate it. I think most of those people are just confused about what it's for. This is a great accessory to go along with my main knife, which is my Ontario Rat 7. This knife can do things that this knife cannot. However, so that means if I can only have one, I'm going to take this one. However, this does all my fine work because of these, not just because of the replaceable blades, and I do have replacement for them in my main bag, but these things drop back razor sharp, so that's excellent. Anyway, so I keep a cutting tool in here, as well as my belt mounted big knife. Also in here, I keep these things everywhere, guys. These things weigh nothing. They take up very little space. People don't realize how important a Mylar blanket is. Not only can it help keep you warm at night, it can possibly save your life. It can save somebody else's, guys. If you're rolling down the highway and you come upon a bad car accident, guys, you'd be shocked how many people die because they go into shock and slip into hypothermia, even in warm weather. This can save somebody's life. I recommend keeping a Mylar blanket, a trauma bag, which I'll get into later, as well as a tourniquet in your vehicle at all times. But I keep one of these in all my systems. I keep one in my scout bag, I keep one in my bug out bag, I keep one in the glove box of my truck. So yeah, Mylar blanket. You guys, you lose 85% of your heat through your head. Don't care what the temperature is when I take off walking during the day. I could sprain an ankle, I could be out all night, temperatures are going to drop. A beanie is super important. Always keep a beanie. I'm in the southeast, guys. It rarely ever gets super cold here, but it gets cold enough at night to cause hypothermia. So I keep a beanie on me all the time, and that's another item that I keep in my scout pack. I keep one in here, I keep one in my truck. Always have headwear. I keep a pair of leather gloves. These are just mechanics gloves. I'm sure there are better leather gloves out there. However, I always keep leather gloves on me because, guys, if you're in a bad situation already, the very last thing you want is for your hands to get beat up, and you have to deal with that. I also keep these, guys. You can get these at restaurants. You don't have to spend any money on them. You can pick them up. These are just hand wipes. I don't need to go into how important it is to keep your hands clean because you're picking things up in your hands, you're putting them in your mouth to eat. These are a savior. I've got probably 50, 60 of them scattered throughout all this stuff. But I keep some in my scout bag because this is what I'm going to wear when I'm scouting for resources. I'm looking for a water source, I'm looking for a place to fish, all that good stuff. So I always have them. Like I said, I never know how long I'm going to be out. Things happen. So I keep a pack of these wheat snack bread out of an MRE, an old pack of jelly to go with it. Is that a meal? No, it's not. Could that provide me enough energy to walk a little further? Absolutely it could. This item you're going to laugh at, I keep several of these. It's just a little bottle of Southern Comfort. I don't drink that much. I don't need this in a survival situation, but you never know what you can barter alcohol for. Alcohol and cigarettes are great bartering tools. So I keep some on me all the time just in case, or maybe if I just want to be nice, I can give this to somebody. So yeah, that's it for the main pouch. Let's slide over to this next one, see what we have in here. What we've got in here is a pair of binoculars. Guys, you don't have to go expensive on binoculars. You want a way to see things before they see you. Binoculars are the way to do that. This pair actually came free with a pocket knife that I got for Christmas. They work great. There are way better binoculars out there. I'm not big into optics, so this is good enough for me. Just have a pair of binoculars. Also, the only other thing in that pouch is a lighter. I have big lighters everywhere. I am not interested in rubbing sticks and rocks together to try to make fire. I think it is an important talent to learn, but I'm just being honest with myself. I'm not going to be doing that. And I don't understand, if you can keep a ferro rod on you, you can keep a lighter on you. But anyway, y'all can have that argument in the comment section. Next pouch I have here is my headlamp. Guys, flashlights are great. However, they remove a hand from your arsenal. That hand's no longer useful because you're having to hold your flashlight. I know they have some that clip on the bill of your hat. That's great. Nothing beats a headlamp. You don't have to spend a whole lot of money on a headlamp, but get yourself a headlamp, upgrade it as you go. Also keep about 10 replacement AAA batteries in here for my headlamp. And what do you know, there's another big lighter. The reason why I keep so many AAA batteries, because I have more than just what's in here. Once I went with a headlamp with AAA, because I didn't want to have to stock multiple types of batteries. So everything that I picked from there on forward had a AAA battery. AAA flashlights work just fine. You're not going to get the highest lumen count out of them, but let's face it, you don't need 1,000 lumens in a survival situation. You just need enough light to see where your feet are going, or to see, to be able to read. Yeah, you don't need 1,000 lumens. In fact, I think that's detrimental because even with a AAA, a single AAA battery flashlight, with around 100 lumens, you're talking about hours of light versus minutes of light. So anyway, guys, I am going to release the next video. It's going to be on my bag. I just wanted to go over the scout bag because I think it's a great idea. I think it's something people don't think about a whole lot. It's great to have. Like I said, you get to your location, you hang your bag up, you secure it. When you need to go scout, you're still going to need gear on you. That's why I take this scout bag. So look forward to video number 2 on my actual get home bag and some of the stuff that I keep in my truck. And you guys know I appreciate any amount of time y'all spend with me. I know this is not a typical knife video. That's usually what I do, or knife reviews, or how knives make me feel. I just like to give my opinion on modern pocket knives. But this is what got me started. This is what sent me down that rabbit hole, and I still love this hobby. And it is a hobby, guys, but it's also a very, very useful tool to have. And it, I've told several people, if I pass away and I've never had to use anything in this bag, then that means life is pretty good to me. I don't have a problem with that. Anyway, guys, that's all I got for you today. Look forward to the next video on the actual bag. Peace. Love y'all.